I'm Pat Michaud, Senior Advisor for Charlie's Honda in Augusta. I'd like to introduce you to the 2018 Honda Clarity Hybrid. This is the most innovative hybrid Honda has ever produced. It's got complete lines where you get the best aerodynamic design. You'll notice that we have channels where the wind cuts through and actually saves a lot of the air going around the tires. It goes under the tires. The other aerodynamic part is you have a full underbody body skin on this where all the air goes completely under the car, doesn't get caught with any of the exhaust system, transmission system, or the engine system. This has a 103 horsepower 1.3 liter gas engine and 181 horsepower electric motor. What I'd like to do is open the hood for you and show you exactly how this car is designed. Car weighs about 4,400 pounds. You'll get an average of up to 110 miles per gallon combined. You'll notice this is called a parallel hybrid as opposed to a series hybrid. A series hybrid has two generators in it. Honda has designed it to only have one generator, much more economical and also less costly. The generator is hooked directly to the engine, so as you're driving, if you're not using the battery, the motor is constantly charging the battery. You can drive this in three modes. It has a Econ mode, an EV mode, which is battery only, and HV mode. This car is designed on battery only, will drive up to 47 miles. So if you live 22 miles away from work, going to work and coming back home, absolutely no gas is used. It comes with a charging cord that will charge the battery up in about 12 hours. You can also buy a Class 2 charging cord that will charge the battery totally in about 2.5 hours. With the gas and with the battery combined, you're getting about 110 miles a gallon. With the gas engine alone, 42 miles a gallon on the highway. Most of the time, you're never only going to be running on the gas engine. You're always going to be running with a combination of the gas and the hybrid engine. What I'd like to do is show you the inside of the vehicle, which has been totally redesigned. This happens to be the Clarity plug-in model. They come in the plug-in model, the EXL, which would have the leather heated seats, and also the touring model. What's really great about this car is when they've designed it, even in a plug-in model, which is considered the base model, it has Honda Sensing. Honda Sensing is this innovative new design that, for all safety reasons, keeps your car on the road. It has forward collision warning, adaptive cruise control, collision braking mitigation, lane departure and road departure. If you're going down the road and either one of your tires touch a defined line, the car will try to keep you within the middle of those two lines. It's always working. Adaptive cruise control, you can set how many cars away it comes into effect and how fast. You can set this at 70 miles an hour, 6 car lengths. When the car in front of you reaches 6 car lengths, the car will start to match the car in front of you. This has, you'll notice, there is no gear shift. It is all, it has the park button, it has obviously drive, and it has a brake hold, so in stop and go traffic, you can take your foot off the brake, and the car won't move. You step on the gas, the car will go forward. This will hold on a hill, going uphill and going downhill. You'll also notice the three modes: Econ mode, Sport mode, and HV mode. In Sport mode, actually the transmission and the suspension gets a little tighter, so it gives you a little bit more of a sporty feel. Needless to say, when you put it in Sport mode, the battery does not come into effect. But in HV mode, you're running both on the battery and on the engine. When you put the car in HV mode on a long trip, the HV mode will charge up to 57% of the battery. It won't charge it up 100% like you can when you plug in, but it is definitely something that you really want to consider. You'll notice the multi information panel. This car comes obviously with AM, FM, and you get satellite radio free for 3 months. Also with great air conditioning, and you'll also notice that it also comes with heated seats. So in a Maine winter, these heated seats really come into service. One of the most innovative parts of the Clarity Hybrid is the fact that you can actually put the back seats down, where in most other hybrids, the battery is so large that it takes up all the space, and the seats are completely stationary. In the Clarity Hybrid, you have the option of putting down the entire back seat, or you have an option of going to the 40% side or the 60% side. What I'm going to do here is I'm going to pull down the 60% side of the Hybrid. You'll see once we pull this down. And then should you have, let's say you had 2 passengers and you're skiing, normally you'd want your 2 rear passengers sitting on the 60% side, and then with the 40% side where you put your skis. The other thing I'd like to mention, if you notice right here in the bolstering, this car has a lot of hollow strength, high tensile strength aluminum, which is probably the first hybrid that has ever had that. This keeps the car light, and yet it helps with fuel efficiency. The other great thing about the Clarity is you really have the option in your own home. You don't need to stop to one of these commercial plug-in sites. They come with a 110 volt plug-in cable. You just go to the front of the vehicle, just open up your door, hit the release button. This door opens up. Plug this into any 110 volt outlet. Drop it right in there. And at home, within 12 hours, your battery is again fully charged. You can drive it up to 47 miles. As I said in the beginning, if you live 20, 22 miles away from home, you can go to work, come back home without using a drop of gasoline. You also have the option of buying the Class 2 charger, which will charge the battery in about 2.5 hours. So if you happen to live 40 miles away from work, you get to work, plug it into a 220 volt outlet, the car will charge in about 2.5 hours. Some of the other great features this has, it has Apple Carplay and Android Auto, meaning that should you want to, you can import your navigation into the 8-inch screen, so no need to buy a car with navigation. This already has it. Some of the other great features this has, it has a camera. If you'll notice right on the directional stick right here, you'll notice this little car. Once I put on my right blinker, there is a camera under the passenger side mirror that'll activate, and it completely takes care of that really annoying right corner blind spot. It also has a 3-vision backup camera, has a wide-angle backup camera, a normal and a straight down. Should you be in a parking garage and you need to park as close as you can to the wall, there are guidelines in that 8-inch display that'll tell you exactly when you can stop and when you'll still have room to get behind the vehicle and actually open the trunk. So, in closing, this is the most innovative hybrid Honda has produced, probably the car industry. It's a great vehicle for long distance driving, short distance driving. I think it's really going to take over the hybrid market, and it's something I'd really like you to come in, take a look at, take a test drive. I think you'll be pleasantly surprised. Thank you.